In this video, I'm going to use alternative series test to determine whether this series converges. So the alternative series test tells you an alternative series converges if the following conditions are satisfied. Each of these terms, so 1, a sub n is positive, 2, a sub n plus 1 is less than or equal to a sub n, and 3, limit n approaches infinity, a sub n is equal to 0. Okay, if these three conditions are satisfied for this series, then it's gonna converge. And obviously you can see the first condition is true, right? A sub n here is gonna be equal to 1 over n cube plus 6n plus 2. And we are talking about n is equal to 0 to infinity, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a sub n is this value, 1 over n cube plus 6n plus 2. Of course, it is greater than 0, so it's positive. Now, we kind of want to show that a sub n plus 1 is less than or equal to a sub n. So let's go ahead and take this term, a sub n is equal to 1 over n cube plus 6n plus 2. Then a sub n plus 1 is going to be nothing but replace n by n plus 1 is going to be n plus 1 whole cube plus 6 times n plus 1 plus 2. And please note the following here. So I could technically break it down so that you can see it. So n plus 1 whole cube is n cube plus 3n square plus 3n plus 1, by the way. I just used the formula a plus b whole cube, which is this, okay? And then plus 6n plus 6 plus 2. Now, if I simplify it a little further, what do I get? 1 over n cube plus 3n square plus 6n plus 3n is 9n plus 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. Okay? Now, compare this with this. What do you get? If you compare this, you can see the denominator here is obviously bigger than the denominator here. Therefore, 1 over this, which is this number a sub n, must be greater than or equal to a sub n plus 1, which is 1 over n cube plus 3n square plus 9n plus 9. So please pay closer attention here. N cube plus 6n plus 2, okay, is less than n cube plus 3n square plus 9n. I'm going to break it down a little bit further. 3n plus 6n plus 2 plus 8. So if you compare these two, you see that this term is missing on the left hand side and this 8 is missing on the left hand side, and this 3n is missing on the left hand side. So all these are positive numbers. So it should be, this right side should be bigger than the left side. And if you take 1 over that, is this inequality is going to reverse. Okay, it's going to be greater than. So we could conclude that a sub n is greater than or equal to a sub n plus 1. Now the last thing we need to show is this, and that limit a sub n approaches 0. So limit n approaches infinity, a sub n is going to be limit n approaches infinity. What is my a sub n? Which is 1 over n cube plus 6n plus 2. Obviously, as n goes to infinity, the denominator becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and approaches infinity. So 1 over that number should be 0. So all these three conditions are satisfied. Therefore, by the alternating series test, this series converges. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.